Is the motion seconded? I call the member for Melbourne.
I second the motion, Speaker. The Greens demand a full inquiry into these scandalous allegations at Crown and will not rest until we get one. If ever there was a case for this parliament saying we're going to put aside the business that we're otherwise dealing with to deal with a matter of national urgency, it is this. We don't currently have a national anti-corruption watchdog like they do in some states. We don't have a national ICAC, so we can't ask that body to look into it. We should, but we don't, because Labor and Liberal won't support the establishment of one. We can't trust the state governments because the state governments are the biggest gambling addicts of all. They're the ones who profit from the misery of people whose lives are broken as a result of gambling, but they profit from it and they're in cosy with the casino operators. So we can't trust them to look at it. And critically in this case, it's alleged that the state regulators have turned a blind eye or have been involved in it. So that is a classic case for where the federal government needs to step in, where there's allegations not only of wrongdoing at a casino, but wrongdoing involving the regulators themselves. So we need to step in and have an inquiry, and a full inquiry where people can front up and give their evidence under parliamentary privilege. Because you have to have guts to be a whistleblower in this country, because if you stand up, you know you worry that you might face repercussions. And whistleblowers have come forward. Whistleblowers have come forward, and they've come forward to the member for Denison, and they've made some very, very serious allegations. Very, very serious allegations. And we should be dropping everything to take those allegations seriously, because they involve breaches of federal law, they involve state regulators not doing their job, and they involve Crown Casino committing a crime. Those are the allegations. So we've asked for a full parliamentary inquiry to be established, and we haven't got one. Why? Because the only thing revolving faster than the poker machine wheels, the only thing spinning faster than the poker machines is the revolving door between this place and the casino industry. There are members of this parliament who probably can't wait to get out of their job so that they can go and take up a cushy job somewhere else, as previous MPs have done in the past, and go and get a job lobbying for the casino industry, continuing to profit out of people's lives being broken and their lives being made a misery. And so when former members of this place front up on behalf of big business and say, no, we'd like you not to have an inquiry, lo and behold, that's what happens. And when the casinos make big donations to the Labor and Liberal parties, to the old parties, they expect a return. Well, today, the casinos have hit the jackpot. They're getting payday. They're getting the return on their donations because the parliament, the old parties, are in collusion, steadfastly refusing to investigate these allegations. Now, when you think about some of the things that this parliament has decided to inquire into before, and the fact that the government is prepared to spend tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on a royal commission into unions, or we've had investigations into previous government schemes, the insulation schemes, for example, they're prepared to spend money on that, for political purposes and political outcomes. But when it comes to something the public genuinely cares about, casinos and the gambling industry that make their money out of breaking people's lives, people want action. People want action. But sadly, we see time and time again big money dictating what happens in this place. Well, this parliament should act in the public interest, not in the interest of a few private donors. Not in the interest of a few private. This parliament has been captured by the big end of town, and if the government wants to show that it's serious about transparency, and the Labor opposition thinks that transparency is important, well, now's your chance. Now's your chance, Labor and Liberal, to show that honesty is more important than money. Support this motion, support the establishment of a full inquiry, Let's shine a light on what is happening in casinos, because these allegations are getting stronger and stronger, the evidence is mounting up, and we need to shine some sunlight.